Happy Monday, everyone. Make sure I'm set up here. Okay, looks like we are. I'm a few minutes early today. I'm taking my daughter on a fun holiday adventure today. So I am a few minutes early because we have to leave soon. What I want to talk about today is the fact that, believe it or not, there was a method to my madness over the last 7 weeks, hopefully culminating in some tangible tools that you all can use right now. And let me set the stage for this really quickly for you. Now, again, I know I've said this before, but I'm not going to go completely into the nervous system and polyvagal theory and things that I go over in the shift because we just don't have time. And I don't want to not do it justice by skipping over it and minimizing it. But I am going to pull out a couple of the big takeaways and big themes and threads for you so that you can understand why I'm teaching things the way I'm teaching things. So we think that we tell our bodies what to do. We think we make all of our food decisions. We think we make all of the decisions about what we do in a day. We think we make a decision about how we react to something. But what we know now about the way the nervous system works, and more directly the polyvagal theory and the way our vagus nerve works, is that 80% of the information that we get to our brain comes from the body to the brain, not from the brain to the body. 80% of our information comes first through neuroception, which means our awareness of something through our physiology. The physiology is picking up on awareness of something, and that information travels to the brain. Our brain was designed to make sense of things. So the neuroception, the perception through the physiology, neuroception flows up to the brain. The brain then makes story and makes sense of what it is receiving from the neuroception. This is incredibly important. And of course, I don't start there on week 1, day 1, healthy for the holidays. Guess what? Here's neuroception. We built up to this because I think it's so incredibly important to understand that so much of our patterns of behavior with food are not in our conscious awareness. So much of our patterns of behavior with food happens in that 80% of the information that travels from the vagus nerve up to the brain that says, well, that's not exactly how it works. But again, I'm not going to go into all the details and mechanics here because we don't have time. But that neuroception passes to the brain, and then the brain makes story. And the way this might play out for you is that, and this happens to so many people over the holidays, which is why I'm doing this series for you all, is to teach you that our old way of doing things, if you go way back to content versus context, when we first started this, our old way of doing things is just to focus on, I'm not going to eat this, I'm not going to do that, I'm only going to have this many calories, I'm only going to have this many da-da-da. That's us acting upon the behavior. And that comes from the brainstem that says, restrict your calories, or don't do this, or don't do that. When we do that, when we just act upon and say that now we're going to go on a new diet, or now we're going to cut out this, or now we're not allowed to eat that, or I'm only going to have 1 piece of cheese at the party, or whatever, that is acting upon, and that is that 20% that's top down. Most of the information that we get, oops, sorry, I don't know what's happening there. My screen just darkened. I hope that doesn't mean I'm about to lose power. Hold on, let me just check really quickly. Do I have power? I don't want it to cut out on you here. Nope, I've got power. Okay, I don't know what happened. We're good. I'm back. Most of the information that is passed through the body is from the body to the brain. And so everything that I've been teaching you up until this point, not with tiny habits, that was last week, but the last 2 weeks, up until this point, everything that I've been teaching you is about recognizing this neuroception. is about training ourselves to slow down enough to listen to the information from the body that is giving us all of our cues. The body gives us the cues first, and then we make sense of it. We make story of it with the brain. And the reason why this is so important is that what happens is then we make story of it through the brain. And then what do? We believe the story. We made the story. And so that must be what's going on. And so we have this thing, we have this feeling, we have this neuroception, we have some type of cue in the body that tells us something. We make story of it. Oh, it's telling me I'm sad. Oh, it's telling me I'm angry. Oh, it's telling me I'm anxious. Oh, it's telling me, right? We make story of it. But what is so important to understand is that if we start to learn how to pay attention to the neuroception, to the signals that we're getting in our body, really every signal the body gives us all the time, every single day, is for the sake of safety, survival, and protection. Every single signal we get. Good signals, neutral signals, bad signals. What we experience as good signals, neutral signals, bad signals, all of them are for the sake of survival and protection. So everything that's happening in your nervous system, the body thinks it's doing for your sake, even when it's disrupted. Now, where am I going with this? During the holidays, so many things start firing. Memories that are stored in our bodies. Remember, the holidays are emotionally charged for everyone. If you were a kid and the holidays were special, then it's emotionally charged this way. If you were a kid and the holidays were hard, it's emotionally charged this way. If you were anywhere in between, there's a lot of emotional charge on the holidays. Don't we do this? Doesn't matter what holiday you celebrate. There's build up to it. There's ads. There's expectation, there's family gatherings, there's maybe not family gatherings, which is also charged. Even if it's all positive, there's some charge moving, right? There's some energy in the body of something's cooking here, something's cooking. And we have a lot of memories stored with holidays. And the point I'm trying to make is that your body remembers everything, good, bad, and otherwise. And especially during the holidays when there's something charged like this, your body, neuroception, is going to start sending you cues and signals, sending you cues and signals. I remember this. I remember this. There's a lot here. And it's not going to be a direct message. Oh, do you remember when this happened when you were 4 years old, Billy, and this happened? It's not going to be like that. It's just a ping in the body. And many of you are already feeling it. A lot of my clients are talking to me about this right now. You all are messaging me about this right now. I don't really know what's going on. It's just there, right? There's just this sort of churning under the surface. That is neuroception. That is your physiology reacting to the memory of a charged time. And instead of, a couple things happen. So many people who struggle with food unknowingly calm that memory, tame that memory, indulge that memory, react to that memory, cope with that memory, whatever you want to say, with food. That is a learned response to the neuroception going on in the body. We cope with food. The reason why I'm speaking about this so sort of scientifically is because there are ways that we can disrupt this pattern, this sort of negative charge that's going on. And then we're not really aware of what the negative charge is or why it's happening or whatever, but we cope with food. And many of you are feeling frantic about food right now. Many of you are going, I can't even tell you the number of clients that I'm working with right now that are saying some different version of, I was doing so great, but now I feel like I'm off the rails, right? We don't give enough deference to the fact that the body, 80% of our information, is reacting to the environment all on its own. Nothing had to happen, right? It's just remembering. It's picking up on all of this energy, this energy around the holidays. The nervous system is responding. Your body is responding to everything around you. So, Eliza, what do? You have 7 weeks of tools that we've been talking about, and this is the time to use them all. right? So we started with, I gotta remember where we started with. Okay, so the is it worth it challenge, right? How do I want to feel challenge? The sugar, I'm making sure I don't miss one. The sugar detox challenge, the gratitude challenge. I did miss one. And the daily stillness practice, gosh, the most important one, okay? Daily stillness practice, gratitude. How do I want to feel? Is it worth it? And the sugar detox challenge were all intended to sort of start giving you these tools of awareness to bring light to this neuroception, to sort of understand when you're getting triggered, patterns of getting triggered, how to notice your neuroception in the body, how to notice these cues of something's just feeling kind of off right here, bringing more mindfulness and intention to your behaviors rather than just slapping on a rule, rather than just kind of picking a diet and acting upon that neuroception, okay? So my suggestion for this week is to go back to your tools. A lot of your tiny habits the last 2 weeks included things like morning mantra and gratitude and reminding yourself of the things that are going well. That, all of those give cues to your neuroception. That's the top down that says, I am safe. Everything's okay. All is well here. Reminding yourself to be in that state of regulated physiology, right? So keep with those tiny habits. Go back to if you're going to focus on something, go back to week 5, daily stillness, and week 2, how do I want to feel? This brings you back into awareness, into connectedness, into intentionality of, okay, no matter what's going on right now, I'm still safe, I'm still connected. Here's what I'm grateful for. Here's what is going well. How do I want to feel? I want to feel empowered. I want to feel calm. I want to feel proud. I want to feel confident, right? And we take that, even as I'm saying it, you can sort of feel your nervous system adjusting to that calm, empowered, proud, it's okay, I'm safe. The nervous system takes all of those cues, even with your tone of voice, and says, oh, we're okay here. You can hear the difference in the nervous system if I start to say, okay, well, how, what's your plan for the holidays? Well, I'm not going to have any sugar and I can't have this. And if I go to grandma's house, I got to be careful with that. And I can only have 2 pieces of cheese. And if I put more on my plate, then this happens. And you can hear your nervous system go, there's something, we're gearing up for something hard here. The whole point of what we're doing together as a group is to teach your nervous system flexibility. So in these moments, in these times where the nervous system can be activated by memory, by past experience, by habitual behavior. Who have you always been over the holidays? What have you always done over the holidays? In these times where the nervous system is being habituated, we can still be the observer of who we're being, how it's feeling, and continue to pay attention to our parasympathetic nervous system in your daily stillness practice and slow down and stay connected and redirect and come back to yourself in a number of ways, right? So the daily stillness practice, remember, I'm just remembering all of the things that I offered you to do here. Remember, in the daily stillness practice, there are 8 ways to calm your nervous system, to give your nervous system a big hug that says everything's okay here, even though things kind of feel chaotic and I'm feeling activated and I don't totally know why, and my brain can make story of it. Oh, it's because of this, and I always do that, and this is who I am. Can you go a layer underneath and go, all right, what I need right now is parasympathetic nervous system activation, keeping myself in calm and stillness. I'm safe. It's okay. It's the holidays. Everything is safe here, right? Breathing, grounding, writing, meditation, gratitude list, gratitude bathing, all of that. That's back in week 5. So go back through your videos if you want and watch week 5 again. How do I connect to my daily stillness practice? So like I said, everything that we've been doing has been building on itself for right now. This is where the heavy hitters are. This is when you use your tools. Remember daily stillness. Remember, I want to be intentional. Remember, how do I want to feel? Remember, will it make me feel good afterwards, right? This is where we put all of those tools into action, because for all of us, myself included, you guys have been doing this work for years, and still over the holidays, things just feel activated, right? The year is coming to a close. I've got things to do. I've got to finish for the holidays. I've got, it sounds ridiculous, but we have parties going on this week, and you know, am I prepared for them, and my clients, and making sure that they get what they need. I mean, there's so much kind of being activated right now, and part of it is just memory charge. So this is when I need my heavy hitters the most. Do I drop into stillness? Do I take time to be intentional? Am I thinking through my decisions? Or am I working from a memory of the past that says, this is who I am. I always mess it up over the holidays. I'll start over again on the new year. That's all habituated as well. So tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit more about kind of that habituation, and truly not going back to old patterns of behaviors just because they're your old patterns. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow. But today, Monday, is your reminder to go back to your parasympathetic nervous system, go back to resetting, go back to going within, go back to slowing down. I don't care what's going on in your holidays right now. You have to take a time, and you have to take a moment to intentionally slow down. Go to the bathroom and lock the door and breathe for 5 minutes. Honestly, if anybody has, you know, people will say to me, like, I don't have time to do that right now. You do. You have time to slow down. It's the most important thing you can do, because otherwise your eating and your behaviors that make you feel frustrated about yourself, those are just a reaction to your nervous system being activated. Those are a symptom of your nervous system being activated. So if you want to not do those things, control the cause. Don't try to control the symptom. Okay, because the controlling of the symptom makes that sympathetic nervous system activation worse. The more you go to a party and swear off sugar and tell yourself you're never going to eat like that again, and focus on the content versus the context, the more frustrated you're going to be when you eat the sugar. And then that continues to stimulate the context, right? Nervous system activation, nervous system activation. Now I'm frustrated with myself. Now I feel the guilt on top of it, right? I've got clients right now who are spiraling in this spiral of guilt. We got to pull ourselves up and out of it by using the tools. Okay, I'm rambling now. Let me check oh, good, Margie, I'm so glad. She says she really needed this message today. Good. I think a number of you needed this message today. Just a reminder of what we're doing and staying focused and kind of redirecting back to ourselves. So I'm so glad that you are here and that you're watching. Okay, I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow I should be able to be on time. Wednesday, I'll be able to be on time. And then Thursday, I can't promise, but I'll be here tomorrow and Wednesday. All right, everybody, see you soon.